So at that point, obviously they operated on me, and I remember, the next thing I remember was being in the intensive care unit and waking up. And this is a bit where it starts to get hazy for me because I don't remember an awful lot about it. But I remember waking up the intensive care unit, and over the course of a few days to a week, I was actually making a bit of an improvement and starting to get better, to the point where the intensive care consultant came and spoke to me and said, "It looks like you're going to be good to get discharged downstream into a ward, into a regular ward." So that was great. I was feeling good and saying that was mentally that was a positive thing for me. I was really happy about that. Mm-hmm. But again, this is hazy, but whatever happened at that point, I took, I kind of fell off a cliff at that point, because I always remember going back and seeing that ITU consultant going, I was ready to discharge you that day to a ward. And so again, I had another hemorrhage, major bleed situation, but it was a lot worse than the first one. And again, I was rushed to theatre, and I think during that whole process, this is a bit that's very hazy, but over a period of 5 days or 6 days, I think I had 6 or 7 emergency operations. And at one point, I lost 95 units of blood, which is 15 times the volume of the blood in your body.
Which means, how much blood do you have? Is it like 9 litres or something?
So the consultant told me it was 15 times the volume.
Wow.
They ran out of blood for my blood group type in Scotland that night. They actually got blood flowing up from Manchester for me. And he did say to me, if somebody had come into A&E that night needing blood of that blood group, they had a decision to make, whether giving it to me or giving it to them. Mm-hmm. So absolutely horrendous, petrifying.
But it's amazing to think of all the elements were fighting for you to keep you alive, in terms of, so blood getting rushed up from Manchester, all these consultants, everything going away, just doing their damnedest to try and keep you going.
100%. And as I kind of alluded to earlier on, the consultant that was there that night, they couldn't find the bleed. They actually couldn't find it. He said literally when they didn't have a clamp on, whatever it was, the blood was actually spraying out onto his face. And he joked to me, and it was really funny. It was funny looking back on it. He was going out for his dinner with his wife that night. He didn't even have time to change, and apparently his shoes get wrecked.
So you owe him a pair of shoes?
I owe him a pair of shoes. But apparently, during that, he'd worked in gunshot victims in Africa and lots of stuff. So he had lots of kind of real emergency trauma experience. And apparently, he got some radiologist they put some kind of balloon up one of my main arteries and inflated it above my heart to allow them to control the bleeding. So by doing that, it stopped the blood flow enough for them to see where it was coming from. And then they actually managed to clamp that off, or do whatever it was they did and fix that and then do it. So, and I think a lot of the stuff they did that night, some of it's made it into medical journals and case studies apparently. I think there's been quite a lot of case studies on what they actually did.
So I think the consultant deserves a name check. Who's the...
So his name's Ewan Dixon, and the guy's an absolute genius, to be honest with you, and saved my life. So I